Okay. Miss Kloe. Ah, you. Oh, you're all here. Hey, kiddos, glad you could make it. Are you having fun? Yeah, it's awesome. I ate so much I puked. I told you not to be such a pig. Is Matron Teresa with you? Yep, she's talking to those people over there. There, here she is. Good afternoon, all. Matron Teresa. Good afternoon, Matron. Thank you very much for inviting us here today. The children and I have enjoyed it greatly. Hey, Miss Kloe, when's your play singing supposed to start? We've all been looking forward to it. I see, well, you'll have to wait just a little bit longer. Did you know that both Estelle and Joshua are going to be in the play with me? Really? That's gonna be so cool! What part are you going to be playing, Mr. Joshua? Well, how to put this? You just have to wait and see, won't you? Oh, by the way, are you guys staying in Magnolia? Yes, through the continued goodwill of the innkeepers. That said, however... Hey guys, do you want to see the costumes that'll be used in the play? They're pretty dresses and suits of armor. Pretty dresses? Suits of armor? I guess I have your attention. I'll give you an exclusive sneak peek of them before the play even starts. Yay, I wanna go too. I'll be backstage, come when you're ready. Okay, now follow me. Nicht schlecht, Joshua, nicht schlecht. Joshua is such a thoughtful boy. I didn't want to speak of this in front of the children. You mean... Yes, I've chosen to accept the mayor's office. Office? Offer. We will now impose upon the Magnolians no longer. I will tell the children today, after the festival. I see. It's sad, but I suppose you have no choice. Please, don't look at me so. Granville is easily reachable by airship. Moreover, I can look for work while I'm there. If I save enough mirror, I'll be able to rebuild the orphanage someday. Matron. Now then, let us find the children, shall we? I would imagine they're a bit much for Joshua to handle on his own. Ach, Joshua, schafft das. Was this so cool? I wonder if I could wear that. Not with how short you are. I wish I could try on a white dress. Who's Joshua? Well, you look like you're having fun, huh? Where'd Joshua go? Mr. Joshua? He left after he brought us here. He said wait here until the girls arrive. Is something wrong? Ice knows that Mr. Joshua went looking for the guy with silver hair. Is here? Silver hair? Yeah, he helped us get out of the fire before. His hair's all shiny and pretty. What? So he's been seen on campus? Just for a second though. Mr. Joshua was sure surprised. Dolly, you dummy, why didn't you come and tell any of us? 'Cause I was eating a crepe. Estelle. I know. I'll be right back, matron. Yes, that's fine. Kloe, would you please go out with her? Don't worry about us. We'll be fine. By your leave, matron. Are you going too? Yes, I'm sorry. We're here to play. It's gonna knock your socks off. Anyway, let's go find Joshua. I don't know who that guy with the silver hair is. Even without meeting him, he totally creeps me out. Just a moment, please. Zeke! Scree? I need to ask you something. Did you see where Joshua went? Scree! I don't think I'll ever get tired of that. Wait, is he headed? To the old school building down the back road? Yes. Shall we? Treffen wir ihn jetzt wirklich? Treffen wir ihn wirklich? Ist er wirklich hier? Das ist auch der ich denke, aber kann ja nur einer sein. Bei der Reaktion von Joshua und silbernen Haaren, Mitte bis Ende 20. Strange, I could have sworn, but it couldn't be. That's Joshua. Oder ist doch nicht hier. Hey, you two. You should stop making us worry about you. I almost had a heart attack when I heard you went chasing after some guy with silver hair. How did you know? Polly told us. I guess she saw you. She's a pretty sharp-eyed kid. I did follow a man matching that description out this way. but I guess I lost him. Oh my. Must have been pretty talented if he managed to give you the slip. Any idea who he was? I'm afraid not. I don't think it was our son, so I trailed him as long as I could. I see. By the way, why'd you run off by yourself? My thoughts exactly. You could have at least left us a message. I'm sorry I didn't mean to worry you. Who said I was worried? I was just pointing out the importance of teamwork. You're a terrible liar. Not 5 minutes ago you were in a total panic. I was not. And hey, you were pretty concerned yourself. Thank you, both of you. Your attention, please. All play personnel, please report to the auditorium right away. Once again, all play personnel, please report to the auditorium right away. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's almost time, isn't it? Yes, we should get into costume. The play will start soon. Alright then, let's do this. Oh, what about that guy with the silver hair? I suppose that all we can do is let Karna know and warn her to keep an eye out. The three then spoke to Karna about the silver-haired man and left for the auditorium immediately afterward. 30 minutes later. Wow, look at all the people. Okay, now I'm getting kinda nervous. You'll be fine, Estelle. This is what all the rehearsals were for. Hey, Joshua, man. Besides, once we start up, you'll forget we're even here. You're the type who can only focus on one thing at a time, anyway. Just one thing at a time, huh? Well, I guess I'll just focus on the boy in the dress then. That'll be easy. Okay, you can have your little spat another time. This year's campus festival is already a big success. So we have many esteemed individuals here, such as the Duke of the Mail, who can't afford to be intimidated. So just remember our #1 rule and you'll be fine. If you're gonna puke, do it off stage. We've done a good job on keeping the festival lively so far. Now let's close it out with a real bang. Jetzt, Spiel abgestürzt. Nee. Without further ado, the Student Council proudly presents Madrigal of the White Magnolia. Enjoy the show. In year 1100 of the Septian calendar, 100 years ago, Lebel was still a land of nobles and aristocrats, but commoners too held some power, and they were prodigious traders that grew more influential with each passing year. During this period, there was much friction between the classes, when nobles and commoners clashed often. As time went on, these clashes intensified. With the intercession of the royal family, the church failed to end their squabbling. The stage was set for a final conflict. A year had passed since illness stole the king from his people. Our tale begins on an early spring evening in the rooftop garden of Gransel Castle. The street lights shine on everyone, each bright with their own happiness. And in spite of that... Here you are, Princess. Please, don't you think you should be going to bed soon, Your Royal Highness? Staying up so late can surely do you no good. It's alright. If I should fall ill, if that happens, then perhaps I could avoid becoming the last ember in this dying flame you call a bell. Please do not speak of such things. Your Highness, you are the most exalted individual in Lebel. If you were to take a husband, you could take control of the kingdom. I will not marry. Despite my father's wishes, I shall not consent to it. But why, Your Highness? You have two fine men as suitors, after all. One is Sir Julius of the Chivalric Order of the Imperial Guards, and the eldest son of a duke. And Sir Oscar, commoner though he may be, he has been recognized often in his battles against the Empire. Both are such fine men. No one knows better than I the quality of their character. Oh, Oscar, Julius, how am I to choose between you? Oh my, isn't that Joshua playing the role of a princess? I suppose that Jill has put a great deal of thought into this reverse casting business. Indeed, ma'am. He plays his role well, but the two maids leave much to be desired. Do you remember, Oscar? How we spent our boyhood days in his alley, running about and pretending our sticks were swords. I could never forget, Julius. In those days it was all so simple, with you and with Cecilia alike. I treasure that time greatly. I recall how stunned I was. I would always conspire to play with her in secret, only to discover another had been doing the same. She was as lovely as the sight of the falling petals in spring. Indeed, fair Cecilia was like unto our very own sun. But her light would dim with each day that passed. The nobles and the commoners. The fury of that conflict could never have been avoided. The princess's grief is easily understandable. Cruel fate mocks us so, for it is our very existence that has brought us such sorrow. Oh wow, that's so cool. I had to say, but the guy looked cuter than the girls. Hush now and watch the show. Know this, Julius. The commoners' impudence can be tolerated no longer. If they should forget their place and no longer view us as their superiors, the world's power structure would surely fall into ruin. If I may, Father, it has been roughly 10 years since the Eastern Republic was founded. Perhaps the eventual seizing of power by the common people is inevitable in any state. Speak not of such repulsive events. What is freedom? What is equality? What is anything if commoners and nobles alike should cast all tradition aside? Better we should fall to our knees before the Empire's military and concede to their rule. Father! Now that's a damn fine duke there. Or if the commoners get all high and mighty and your whole society collapse. Your Grace, perhaps it would be best to keep our voices down? Oscar, I'm expecting great things from you. If you can get the royal family on our side, we will have a great advantage over the nobles. And that advantage would allow us to seize power. But, Chairman, I cannot consent to this. I could never use Cecilia for a political gain. Always putting others before yourself, I see. Even though you now have the chance to become king, albeit only on paper. If you would refuse, it will lead only to a bloody uprising and subsequent revolution. The royal family and surely the nobles as well would disappear into the shadows of history. Chairman! Impressive, they've really done their research. I had severe doubts about this ever since I first heard about the reverse role gimmick. The students have all put a great deal of work into this, it seems. The young Braces have had no small hand in this either. I do not wish blood shed on anyone, revolution or not. I cannot simply allow Julius and Cecilia to die. As for myself, I know not what I should do. Well, it's no good, I'm gonna be sick. Are you alright? You must have had quite a bit more than you can handle. Maybe spring, but you'll surely catch your death if you sleep out here. Thank you, good sir, knight. It has nothing to do with being a knight, but rather a simple concern. It would have to be quite the young fool. I would have to be quite the young fool not to see what I must do. You've got that right. What? Oh, my arm. Just a touch of anesthetics on the blade. Now if you'll be so kind as to sit still. Curse you, assassin, who sent you? Just a noble who wants you out of the picture. He wanted it badly enough to pay me up front? Pretty well at that. All you need to do is die. I get it, not bad at all. So up next we should have... Oops, almost got so wrecked up that I forgot about my work. Long has it been since you have entered my sight, fair princess? Yes, Julius, it truly has. I cannot help but notice that Oscar is not with you today. Back when my father yet breathed, the both of you were often spoken of by the maids of the court. As you well know, your highness, the kingdom is in the midst of a crisis most dire, and as such, he and I may never be as close as once we were. I confess, I come to you today to ask a favor. What favor would that be? That you would allow he and I, head of the chivalric order of the High God and the young general, to engage in a duel of honor, and that the victor shall be granted the great honor of becoming your husband. Aha, quite dramatic indeed. Sie ist auch da, was mit Ellen Richard. Caught up in a conflict between noble and commoner. These two close friends have finally decided on a duel. The princess now realizes that determination can keep silent, and on the day of the duel. Tonight, step into the grand arena of the royal city. Many have come to witness this, commoner, noble, and all social castes in between. But conspicuously absent from the proceedings is the one over whom they fight, Princess Cecilia herself. My friend, I fear that this was inevitable. Perhaps fate always intended for us to meet in so base a fashion. Speak that we may both be unburdened, if nothing else, for our beloved princess. We would cleave a path to fate with our own hands, but at this moment, my words and her smile seems lost. Has fear clutched your heart, Oscar? Perhaps, but what is this passion that pierces me to the quick? As I see you with blade drawn, I feel as though I've been waiting for this moment. Before the storm by the name of revolution should claim us both, we shall let fate decide our outcome. Yes, and may the God above see our spirits as they truly are. Come then, let it be done. En garde. Impressive, Julius. I should say the same to you, but still you seem to hesitate. What troubles you, Oscar? Is this the extent of your skill? Perhaps the tales of your acts of valor against the Empire were grossly overstated. Ha! Well done, Julius. Magnificent swordsmanship. Oscar, your arm. I've had worse. 'Tis but a scratch. Neither of our blades connected with flesh, not even a glancing blow. Your wound was struck fire. This is a tactic most low, Duke Randman. Was this your intention from the start? Ha ha ha, I'll thank you to keep slandering my good name. Are you implying that I instigated this? Father, is this true? Did you? It's alright, Julius. My own inexperience has brought this about. Besides, I've received far worse on the field of battle. I will put everything I have behind my next strike. I intend to kill you. Oscar. Very well, I will wager it all on my next strike as well. For the fair princess and the future of a very kingdom, he who lives, when all is said and done, will inherit the responsibility for all. And he who dies will watch over it all, for the realm of the spirits. Such is also the pride of a knight. Haha, I suppose it is? Yeah, no. Oh, Cecilia, what? Princess, Cecilia, why? Were you not in attendance? Oh, Oscar, Julius, I did not wish to observe a duel between the two of you. I felt I had to find a way to put a stop to this fight. Praise Adius that I arrived in time. Cecilia, Princess, hear me, all in attendance. Dismiss me, and set aside your differences. Please. Are we not all of Le Beurre, and do we not love this land? There's so little that separates us from one another. If you would but take your foe's hand, surely we could find a peaceful resolution. Your Royal Highness, you need say no more. My vision fades. But what of you two? Will you not do as I ask? You will be done, my princess, at your side. Strange, everything is floating. When I was young, I would sneak out of the castle, down to the alley. Oscar, Julius, you both always had smiled for me. I loved your smiles, so please, don't ever stop. Princess? No, this cannot be. Princess! I'll do anything, please, no! Cecilia, you... Oh, poor princess. I just don't understand why she'd do such a thing. Our princess gave her life that we might stop this unending dispute. Compared to that sacrifice, what a trifle is the pride of a nobleman. Had we not been fighting, it would have never come to this. Only now, when it is too late, do I see our folly. Is this the fate of all men, with their spirits still shackled to their flesh? Aegeus, great goddess of the skies, we now know of your great resentment. There is much that you do not yet understand, it seems. Blau. I granted you flesh to be your vessel, but your spirit still know more freedom and nobility. Such contempt for it lies only within you yourself. So beautiful. A more beautiful voice I have ever heard. It's amazing. Aegeus herself has graced us with her presence. The goddess. Incredible. Hear me, young knights. I have observed your contest. You are both courageous and strong, yet something vital within you is broken. It is as you say. Our own immaturity is what invited this fate upon us. Chairman, has your hate for the nobles and the monarchy blinded you to the fact that we all are but men? I am ashamed. Duke, you know your sins better than anyone else could. And you, all the rest of you, who have simply watched these events unfold, there's something fundamental within you that is lost as well. Strike your hand upon your breast and think well upon this. Haha, and it now seems that you have each remembered your hearts. As such, perhaps hope yet remains for liberal, so long as you never forget the lessons learned this day. Oh, she has vanished. Or where am I? Princess? Cecilia? Oh my Julius, Oscar. Have you both been called up to heaven as well? It's a genuine miracle. Princess! Oh, praise Aegeus. Why are the two of you here? And the Duke and the Chairman? So then I'm not dead? Almighty Aegeus. Aegeus has given the ball back its beloved. Praise her for her benevolence. Oscar, Julius, what happened? Nothing that you need concern yourself over, Cecilia. The conflict is at an end. I believe that everything will be alright. You're being naive, Oscar. You still have a duel to finish, do you not? Julius. No, you still intend to fight. On the contrary, this match concluded. And besides, this fool managed to get hit on his sword arm. But it would not do for a duel such as this to not have a clear victor. Thus it stands to reason that the man who fought with a significant handicap, yet emerged undefeated, should be regarded as a victor. Wait, Julius. You misunderstand me, Oscar. I have not given up on the princess. Once you're healed, our duel will continue, but with blades of wood. Just as when we were boys. I see. Haha, very well then. I accept your challenge. Have neither of you any regard for my own wishes? You are mistaken. You, my lady, shall judge today's match, and I think it only fair for the victor to be granted a kiss. Surely everyone waits with bated breath for it. Very well. Don't they look marvelous together? Almighty Aegeus, look well upon this, and may this fine day extend on to eternity. Eternal peace to Liberal! Eternal glory to Liberal! Er ist wirklich Er ist es wirklich. Haha, quite the grand finale. But no matter. Er ist es wirklich. Ich sag mal, das Theaterstück hat einige interessante Ansätze für Theorien. Ich meine, dass Alias mit Blau dargestellt wurde. Bei Falcon würde mich nicht wundern, wenn das mit Absicht ist und sie damit zeigen wollen, hey yo, der Grandmaster ist Alias, was ja für mich schon seit langem eine Theorie ist. Ansonsten, generell das Play hat mich krass an die Coasty-Geschichte erinnert. Mit dem Problem zwischen Commonern und den Noblen. Das am Ende nur mit dem Twist, dass quasi, wenn man die Prinzessin mit Oliver austauscht, ergibt, dann ist man da schon ziemlich nah an der Geschichte von Coastal dran, muss ich sagen. Ich will jetzt nicht weiter ausführen für die das hier auf YouTube gucken und für die das blind ist, die Coastal-Spiele nicht gespielt haben, ne, aber And so the curtain fell on the Madrigal of the white Magnolia, to grand fanfare and acclaim. And with its conclusion, an announcement went out that the campus festival had reached its end. The crowd began to disperse and leave the campus, each person wearing a look of contentment.